Don't buy the Tesla Model Y affordable edition, the cheapest one, the standard Tesla Model Y, the one that they just released for a price of $39,990. There is a ton of different reasons why, and here's like the top 10. The biggest is, yes, you do save $5,000 between the prices between like a rear-wheel drive premium Model Y and of course the standard one, but you lose a ton of different options, a ton of options that really make a Model Y. And I'm not sure that, this vehicle is really made for us. I think this vehicle is really made for other people out there, or necessarily not people, but maybe like, rental companies or something like that. But here's what you lose for $5,000. Of course, like if you don't have a premium and you're going to a standard range, and of course you don't lose anything, but here's what you get for $5,000 less. 37 miles of range, which might not sound like a lot, but that can add up. 19-inch wheels, because 19-inch wheels, the premium wheels, come standard on an all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive premium. You get 7 speakers versus 15 speakers and a subwoofer. And so that's pretty crazy. So if you're anybody that likes even just podcasts or music, then you're going to feel that for sure. And if you don't believe me, you can go drive like a Model 3 rear-wheel drive versus the all-wheel drive, and you can definitely feel the sound difference, sound quality between the two of them. Especially if you're like me and you spend a lot of time in your vehicle, sound system is going to be very, very, very important. And you also don't get autopilot. You don't get that lane keeping system where it keeps you straight in the lane. You still get the acceleration and the deceleration, but this type of feature, it does not come with it with the standard, which that by itself, I mean, that could be like, I think I would put like $1,000 to $2,000. Actually, if you were to add up all of these, like the 19-inch wheels, we know those are $1,000, maybe even $2,000, because you can trade those into like Unplugged Performance, their wheel trading program, and get $1,000 credit. 7 speakers, I mean, that's probably another $500 to $1,000. 37 miles of range, that's probably a $500 to $1,000. Autopilot is another $500 to $1,000. Ambient lighting, which is, not necessarily a crucial feature, but it still is nice to have that in the interior. HEPA filter, I really prioritize that one because, we're in Los Angeles, so the air quality, could be questionable, especially like during fire season. So having like a HEPA filter is very, very nice. We've got ventilated seats, which, I mean, if you are in any sort of hot area, you know exactly what ventilated seats is and how, useful that actually is. We've got adaptive headlights, which if you haven't tried that, it is very nice if you're driving at, late night, and it's really for people that live on like back roads, suburbs type of thing, because the matrix headlights literally like morph to like the roads, which is really cool. And the biggest thing, which is in some of the different reviews, our friend Everyday Chris, which I think I was really entertained by his video where he did with the Model Y standard range, because look at this title. Standard Model Y has the old OG, quote, "I'm gonna puke" suspension. So is it that bad? And I watched the whole video. It's not as bad as the old Tesla Model Y in terms of the suspension from what he said, but it's also not as good as the new Model Y refresh Juniper. So if you're someone like me that prioritizes suspension, comfortability, and everything, you are definitely going to want to get the Model Y Premium versus the standard and everything. But the real kicker at the end of the day of all of this is that the Model Y standard range, for some reason, has an interest rate of 5.14%, which, I mean, if you go to premium, you get an interest rate of 3.99%. So arguably, it is a bad deal to get the standard range, because not only is it a $5,000 difference, you are paying 1.14% in interest, which, I mean, over the course of like 5 years, 6 years, or whichever the case may be, I mean, that's going to not get you close, but that will definitely be at least $1,000 to $2,000 in interest as well. And so let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly, it is a very interesting plug here that Tesla has done with this newer vehicle. And I can't imagine there's a lot of people out there that are really interested in this. Now, of course, now Tesla hasn't done any sort of marketing of the $39,000 Tesla Model Y either. I mean, they've done like email marketing, but I'm so curious, like how many orders did they actually take on the first day for this vehicle? And they've already switched some things as well. Like initially the first day there was like a blue Model Y standard range, and now it has been swapped to a stealth gray one. So they're not as necessarily putting a ton of colors out there on top of that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Our friends at Jowa created another new phone mount. They're really taking this to the next level here because they added a active cooling part functionality of the phone mount as well. And if you're like me, who uses full self-driving a ton or drives a ton, then having a phone mount is super crucial. And now that they've added a fan on here so that your phone doesn't overheat, very cool to see. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And of course, use our promo code as well to save some money on top of that. But I still can't get over these like steely wheels with the caps on it. I mean, I get it. You got to save some money, but it is kind of funny to see these on the Tesla Model Y and Model 3 standard range. It's one of those things like as they start to get to more showrooms and everything, we'll start to see it more and more. And all these different random things like the frunk, like them taking out all the different plastics, no sunroof, which I mean, someone's going to cut that really soon to expose the roof glass and see what it actually looks like. In fact, probably Tesla has already like made it so that you could do that. And in the future. And then also this cup holder is pretty funny to see as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If on top of that, if you're out there and you are about to buy a Tesla, don't forget about selling your current vehicle as well and getting you maximum value. That's why we partner with GiveMeTheVin.com. They want to get you maximum value for your current vehicle, whether you're selling it or trading it. In fact, a couple different viewers got $3,000 more by selling it to Give Me the VIN over Tesla. So you might as well check it out, give them a shot, and they'll buy your vehicle from the comfort of your home. So definitely check it out if you are interested. But let us know. I mean, certainly we're still very early on this vehicle. And I mean, when you take a look at the standard range, it still says like delivery dates, December through January. And so maybe this could completely change where we could see, dare we say like a $199 lease payment or even like special financing for like 1.99, which we've seen in the past for Model Y as well. That could be a very interesting move as they try and push these vehicles. Or is this vehicle not really for us at all? And is it for just like commercial fleets, robo-taxi, other taxis, or even rental companies as well? If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up, my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it and you should too.